So here's all you need to know when it comes to the avatar. Everything else, this is the 20%. If you know the 80-20 rule, what I'm about to give you is the 20% of the avatar that you actually need to know in order to get 80% of the results. So from a fundamental level, you should know what age, who your targeting is. You should know their gender. So are they a man or a woman? So age, gender, country as well. So where you're targeting, because cultures, geography, all of that impacts, the dynamics of who you're selling to. So age, gender, country, and then a few psychological things that you want to understand. Okay, what are their current problems? Problems/pains. You could, include that here. We won't even write pains because that's just gonna muddle it up. So you want to understand what are their problems. You want to understand what is their dream outcome. And what I mean by that is if they could snap their fingers, what would they have happen? If somebody in the market for your product could just snap their fingers and get whatever they wanted, what would that be? For example, when people join Got2Ecom, what most people want is if they could snap their fingers and hit their first $1,000 day. Like if they could just snap and have that, that would be great. You want to find the equivalent for your product. And then lastly, what's, let me take my time here, stopping them. Okay. There we go. Okay. So you have the problems that they're currently facing, the dream outcome they want, and then what's currently stopping them. Because if you know what kind of problem they have, you know what they ultimately want, and you know what's stopping them, this is what's going to inform why they need your product in the first place. Because if they could solve their own problems and get their dream outcome, they wouldn't need your product. But clearly there's something wrong. And what this question will inform to you is what's wrong with all the other solutions? Why is everything else failing in the market? And that will allow you to position your product either through introducing a new mechanism or a new way of solving the problem in a way that will get your customers to believe that your product is going to be fundamentally different than all the other products they've tried in the past. So that's all you need, okay? Everything else is, I don't want to say bullshit. It's nice to know, but these are your need to knows. You need to know what problems your customers have, what they want, and then what's stopping them from getting that, okay? So that's your avatar. And ideally you have one avatar, and you only need one avatar